Good morning, everyone. We are going to talk about the first episode of She-Hulk, so there will be spoilers, and we are going to talk about some of the weirdness that went down yesterday with the review bombing and all of that. But today is Tevia's birthday. Happy birthday,
Yay!
Tevia! Yay! Happy birthday to you. Da, da. How are you today, Bianca? I'm not going to
I just finished the episode today.
Ah, I'm so. You know what? I mean, I'm gonna say this right away. It's definitely directed at a female audience,
Yes.
but I love it.
Yes.
Like, I was I was worried about the CGI. I was
I was
worried.
not.
You were so much more optimistic, but like, I was not disappointed. If anything, I was impressed. I really thought this was. Oh, I keep every new show that comes out. I'm like, this is my favorite one. So I might have to say that again. I don't know. I still really like Miss Marvel and Moon Knight though. But like it's gonna
Me
take
too. Is
more.
that the only ones we actually watched on Disney Plus? No, you watched more than I did. You watched WandaVision and Loki and all that stuff.
I watched 2 episodes of Hawkeye and it was like,
Ooh, we have a new person, Donna. For
Donna.
somebody who doesn't know, I am a big She-Hulk fan. She-Hulk is, in fact, a lawyer in the comic books. She was always one before she was a Hulk. And depending on which comic you get, you sometimes get a little bit of a different story. They seem to be going with her having two parents this time instead of just a father, which I realize very interesting.
Wait, where did you get that she had 2 parents?
It was in the beginning when after Hulk tackled her and he brought her to Mexico. He said that I let your parents know that
Yeah, you
everything's
did.
all
You're right.
right. So I'm like,
Yep.
okay, in this one she has two parents and not just a dad.
Yep. I did realize that. It didn't even click though. Um we'll go through the episode because I think I have it loaded up. I'll see if it works. At least I've got half of it loaded up. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out a good way to kind of share this without having to worry about like audio and shit and getting copyright. And I'm like, we'll try it. But I still thought it was pretty comics accurate. Like I know a lot of people are gonna go in with that. Obviously the lawyer stuff, she's still accurate. She does break the wall, break the
She
fourth
breaks the
wall.
wall.
She breaks, yeah, she does break a wall. And I watched Grace Randolph's review. She does non-spoiler reviews, and she's like, "There's no action in this. I'm 4 episodes in, and we haven't seen any action, bitch.
What are you
What?
talking about?
Like in the first episode, there's a bunch of action.
There's a lot of action. Like unless throwing stuff is not action, and She-Hulk, what's it? Sorry, Bruce and Jennifer fighting is not action.
I don't get it. I do
Her
not
original
get it.
comic, she was not a lawyer. If I'm correct, you are incorrect. I have the very first
Yeah, she was a lawyer.
Savage
Wait, let me see.
She-Hulk. The only thing that was different was that she did not have a mousy personality. She was like straight in there, and she was already an angry person to begin with. And she had like a rival guy lawyer, and he would always say, like, why are you in the lawyer business? You should just go home, get married. And she's like, I
Yeah.
will beat your butt in this lawyer. I will hurt you.
She's
But
always been like a career woman, and that's kind of what they're going at. There was one really unrealistic moment to me, and it wasn't the CGI. And I get what they were going for. And you know what? Let me just bring it up because we'll look through it. But there was one moment I was like, I hate to break it to you guys, but women are not this nice. I think you probably know what I'm talking about.
I I've met lots of women that way.
Oh. Okay, maybe women aren't just that nice to me. Ah!
I'm actually that person. Like I've had people say, "Oh my gosh, I can't afford my dog food," and I would be like, "I'll pay for it and I'll do it. I have no problem with it." It's stuff like that. Like, yeah, um, I don't know.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't been around the right women or something, but
I live in
yeah.
Florida.
Oh god, poor Bianca. Is this going to let me do this and is that look better?
Nah.
Okay. It's a little better. Well, I'm not gonna play any parts, guys, because I will get in trouble. But I do kind of want to go through the episode, so spoilers, you guys have been warned, all of that stuff. Um, but really this is kind of just a setup. And also we talked about was it 2 weeks ago, the blood thing, they said they were going to change it. They only really changed the incident that happened. Like in the original
Like,
comic, she was shot.
yeah, in the spine.
But now she was just in a car accident. So there really wasn't too much of a change. At least, I mean, I thought it was pretty dang good. All right. We open up, and I thought she was breaking the fourth wall right away. Did you think the same thing?
Yeah, but it seems like it's one of those, I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Self-aware.
The
And I'm
thing
like,
is,
oh, she's probably going to be doing this at the start of every episode. And I'm like, all right, I can tolerate it, I guess.
I really liked this speech, though.
I did.
I
Too.
wish I could.
Sorry.
I wish I could play it, but it's like the idea of the more powerful you are, the more responsibility you have with it. And we've kind of seen that as a theme in the MCU in general, like, with Ultron and Tony and a lot of these things. And I thought this speech was really well done. I thought it was okay. So what about let's see here how I can go through this. This guy's a dick.
Who?
This guy that's like, I should just do it. I should do it.
Oh, he's definitely reminds me of her rival from the original Savage She-Hulk. Like, spitting image.
Yeah,
Not like
and
look wise, but like commentary wise. Which it
it
turns out that
also
he ended up having a crush on her anyway. And I'm like, what? Why are you so mean to her, bro? You're so mean.
yeah, it all started with this crappy hair. Dun dun dun.
Honestly,
No,
hate the
her hair's
pearls.
cute.
I hate the pearls.
Oh, I like the pearls. Pearls
It,
are making a
for
comeback.
for court.
I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit too much, but like one issue I
Gaudy is
do
what I think.
I really like how, I don't know if it's just me, like we clearly have different relationship with other women, but I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know. How do I say this? She's super positive and like super uplifting, and I kind of like it, but I'm also like, is it realistic? I guess we
Yes.
were talking about Marvel. I guess, you know what? I take that back. I take that 100% back, because even in the last few days when I've needed it, you have been that super positive person for me. So I take it all back. Yeah, I kind of get it now. But she's super cute. I like her.
Yeah, she's the I guess she's gonna be replacement for Hellcat.
No, that works. Why is this thing in my way? There we go. Okay. But she's going on this super thing. Okay, so we basically get her kind of she is breaking the fourth wall here, where she's like, oh, I guess you want to know about the Hulk stuff, right? Like, we want to know about the Hulk stuff. So we're gonna get into the Hulk stuff. And like I said
Her
just a
hair
few
looks like
minutes,
mine when I stylize it.
well, then it means it's super cute.
It
Like, your
can
hair is not
be.
that short.
Yeah, it grew a little bit longer. It's almost to like the bottom of my neck now.
I guess if she were to straighten it out, yeah, because the curls make it go up. I like her
Mm-hmm.
as an actress. I've heard good things about her, but I've not seen anything she's in. I thought she did a really good job.
I'm very confused about what some people are spreading about her.
What do you mean?
for the promotion, she wore trans rights shirts. But because of that, some people are spreading that because she's wearing a trans rights shirt, that she is a cross-dressing trans person.
Are
And I'm
you
like,
serious?
no, I've seen her act as a. I haven't seen her act as a child. I've seen movies where she is a child actress, and she has always been female. What do you mean?
Wait. Because she wore a trans rights shirt, it couldn't just possibly mean that she supports trans rights?
Like from an article I read, it says that she does support it, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this. Like, even if it's small, I'm gonna try the best I can to wear this shirt a lot." And I'm
Right.
like,
It
"Well, make
just
sure you're washing that shirt a lot." But I don't know. Some people are weird. I'm like, I don't know how you got that.
hmm.
Oh, so I saw the title,
I don't
somebody's
understand that
butthole,
one.
but we're gonna I guess get to that near the very end or maybe the middle part
Yeah. We'll get
because I didn't hear
we'll
about
get
it.
there after the She-Hulk stuff. I promise you, Elon, I promise.
You're Elon now.
Elon now. Yep, exactly. Um I seen people making videos that she wore that shirt. And I was like, is that all it takes to trigger you? Is that it? A fucking shirt? Like I was just like kind of mind blown, but yeah, no, she's not transgender. That's crazy. I love the this is the smartest thing ever. I would have never thought of that. The reason she has these little chopstick is just so she doesn't get Cheeto dust on her. I fucking love it. I'm very easily
I would have
entertained.
never have thought of that. But the thing
I
is, like, I
didn't
don't
mean
like hot Cheetos anyway. I like
what?
regular Cheetos, so I'm guessing this would work well with regular Cheetos too.
Wait, you don't like hot Cheetos? What's
No,
wrong with you? I
I'm
love hot
spicy
Cheetos.
intolerant. I don't want
Re-
to die.
I used to be actually like, and it's only been recently I've enjoyed like everything spicy, and I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older or what, but like
You're
I
only
fucking
in
put
your
hot.
30s.
I know, but like I put fucking hot sauce on everything now. Like
I thought you said
just
mayo was spicy
it used to
or
be. I'm
ketchup
telling
or
you.
something.
I am telling you. Ketchup used to be like my spice top. But in the last maybe 2 to 3, a little bit more at the most 6 months, I have been enjoying spicy stuff. And I tried like, have you ever seen those Takis and stuff?
Bro, Takis are better than hot Cheetos, and I hate both.
And I can only do a couple. Like I can't be one of those people that eats a bunch of them. But like, okay, let's be real. I can eat like 2, but they have a good flavor. I don't know. I love
Not
them.
all like if it's like there's spices that can be used for flavoring like paprika, cayenne pepper and all that stuff, but then when they overdo it, I'm like, okay, you're just wanting to make this spicy and not add flavor.
Right.
Wait, like you have to do it good or else it's just something that's just spicy is not a flavor to me.
Right.
You can add
I get
spice to
that.
things but just not spicy.
So I'm guessing you're not just like a fan of putting hot sauce on stuff.
Not unless I want to die.
Yeah, that's fair. I like it like in spaghetti. It's pretty good.
You put hot sauce on spaghetti?
Yeah. But
What?
then I'm hate myself for heartburn later, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh.
I love this like back and forth. Like
Yes!
so
That's all I
so
wanted!
yeah, and it's really good, but like the whole running joke through this whole thing is her trying to figure out um if Steve is a virgin. And they're kind of she's telling her theory about this, right? And it actually doesn't pay off till the last scene, that the post credit scene. She's acting like she's drunk, like crying, going, "Oh my god, poor Steve died a virgin." And he's like, "Fine, he's not a virgin." Oh, I loved it.
How does he know that it was in 1943? Where'd he get that info from?
Like that
Did
was like
Steve
one of his
talk
good
about it?
friends.
You're right.
Probably.
I would love to. I would have loved to have like all the guys just talking and then about like. So here's where I first banged, and
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
oh, I would love to see that.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Like, but girls talk about that kind of shit. And I seen
I'm
why
a
did I
virgin. I don't talk about.
Okay, some girls talk about that shit. But why didn't my light just go out?
Oh gosh.
What did I do? I don't know what I did here, guys. I don't know. I'll figure it out here in a second. Not a big deal. Okay. But I thought it was actually I thought it was funny. Wait, am I froze? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My mouse is froze.
No, I saw it moving. It's lagging, but it's still moving.
Well, hopefully it catches up so I can move this around. I am having technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on.
Reese, you said you would probably watch the show I recommended on Disney Plus. You lied to me. And I watched that Eddie Murphy movie for you. It was really good. The acting sometimes is kind of though.
Why isn't my mouse moving?
Oh shoot, where'd you put the mouse?
I don't know. It's stuck.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
It's on Bruce Banner's shirt. Oh,
see, it's
now
not moving on my screen. What the fuck? All right, let me control. I'll delete this bitch.
yeah, apparently everybody sees the mouse except you.
That's so weird. Are you serious? I'm gonna have to do the whole fucking stream this way because I can't get anything to work. There we go. Maybe. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on here.
Sorry,
Even
guys,
my
she can't
chat.
see the problem. Or you want to come out and come back in? Or is it
I
because of the
can't. It
light?
won't let me. It won't let me do anything.
Alt
Oh
tab.
my.
uh,
Are you okay there?
I have water. At
Task
least
manager.
watch Ultraviolet and the Black Scorpion, everybody. Take a have a alcohol with you. Take a shot every single time they make a DC reference. Make it fun.
What the hell are you babbling about?
I'm watching shows on like Disney Plus, and there was a show called Ultraviolet and the Black Scorpion.
Oh.
They literally reference so many DC stuff in there. The Black Scorpion's a knockoff Batman character, and he uses a gruff voice. So I'm gonna just talk. So he uses a gruff voice, right? And he literally travels in the shadows. Like that's one of his powers. And he's like broody, but only when he's in the costume. And then everybody's a luchador. Dang it. Here's the thing, it's like Miss Marvel, but with incredibly crap budget. But the reason I recommend it is because there's so much heart in the show and in the writing and all that stuff.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh, dang it.
Wait, what?
What?
Oops, something happened to the connection. Stand by. Okay, I think we're good now.
Stand by.
I think we're good. Okay, keep talking. Let me get my light
Cool.
plugged back in. One second.
Also, it's a luchador. It's a Mexican family and all that stuff. So there's this luchador mask, and it chooses you. And there's like 12 of them, and they all have different colors and different powers. Like there's not that much CGI or like effects, computer effects, probably because of the budget. But that's where like I'm like, listen, you guys tried, and I respect that. I remember when my eyes. I remember when Ultraviolet. So her power is like she has speed, right? And the mask only works on the person. Even if you get rid of it, for some reason, it just comes back to you. Also, they reference randomly that it auto cleans itself. Amazing, right? So I remember when she was like using her super speed to get somewhere, and somebody's like, "Wow, you're really fast." She's like, "Yep, faster than a speeding bullet." Frieza has become black in the latest Dragon Ball Super manga. Black Frieza, Black Air Force Madness. What? I'm so confused. Miss Marvel's thing is the deterrent. The Lucha thing is interesting. No, the Miss Marvel thing is also interesting. They both, Miss Marvel and the Ultraviolet and the Black Scorpion, since they're young kids, they try to be somewhat relatable and talk about stuff like social media. Though, Ultraviolet and the Black Scorpion, they delve more into that. Like I believe like she wants to do all the social media stuff, but the Black Scorpion who's mentoring her and her cousin, not her cousin, her uncle, he's like, no, you can't do social media while you're a superhero. You can't do this, you can't do that, blah 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 blah. Just like in Miss Marvel, but her friend was telling her that. And I remember when she was live streaming and all that stuff, people are like, oh my gosh, why don't you just do like superhero stuff? Nobody wants to see unboxing videos. And then she got really depressed, and her mom, who was like the principal of her school, she was like, when somebody posts, do you like every single thing they post? And she's like, no. And she's like, then why would you care if somebody didn't like your post? Don't search for validation in likes. And I was like, yo. And and it was like also talking about like how it can be harmful for them as superheroes to like live stream everywhere. uh don't worry, Tristan will be back soon. um I remember one time when she was having her like subscribers or her followers tell her where a bad guy is, and she like complimented him on the live. She was like, hey, thanks for letting us know where this bad guy is. And the Black Scorpion was like, you can't do that, you're going to give away our location, and that's going to be bad for us. And she's like, nah, you're yeah, it's not that bad. And of course somebody found her location and took a picture of her like without her mask and all that stuff. What I like is that when they put on the mask, they have a completely different outfit. So like you wouldn't tell.
What I miss? I got my
um
computer to charge. I didn't get my light to work, but all I need is my computer.
oh, okay, cool. I was just letting them know that me and Robert put out a reaction video for the new Wednesday show on Netflix by Tim Burton.
Oh, that's awesome. What did you think?
I'm really excited for it.
It looks really, really cute.
And how
Or at
Reese
least-
is wrong about Miss Marvel.
Shocker. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I don't know that I ought to open that back up. I don't think that it's probably smart. Let me see if this works. If this doesn't work,
then technology
no.
hates us.
Pause. Stop it. Okay.
It plays again.
It only.
So it was doing that to me today, by the way. Like if I skipped it, if for some reason would go all the way to the end or all the way to the beginning, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Just go on the freaking part I want you to go on."
I know, and it's being a pain in the butt, and that's not fair. Okay, I think I got it. This only has half the freaking episode though, because Restream is an asshole. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, well, regardless, okay, so we were at what, the Bled?
Yes.
So I didn't think it was a big deal that they changed it. Now I know there's gonna be like some people that are, I guess the best way to put it is like comic purist, and they're gonna be upset that she wasn't shot. But it's pretty like. Here's my question: what does that say for Hawk? Because if he were on the battlefield, this could happen to anybody, or is it just because it's her? They have they're cousins.
I don't know.
I wonder. I'm not sure. Like, couldn't let him save her because he literally what?
He can't. He tried. He
He was
tried
knocked
to.
out.
Before he was knocked out, he was bleeding, and she was trying to help him because his arm is broken, so he can't do much. And he's Bruce Banner. He's not Hulk, so I've never known Bruce Banner to be strong in the first place. And he was trying to say, "Get away! I'm bleeding! I'm bleeding! Go away!" And but
Yeah.
he's ignoring it because they're
Right.
related. So and then of course she changes. And well, he does
Runs
save
away.
her. He saves her from attacking people from the bar. He tackled her down, and I thought that was super funny because of how fast that was.
Wait, he saved her at the bar scene?
He yes, he knocked her out. Why didn't he turn Hulk the
Oh,
second he went down? He was. It was a slow transformation, but he was.
totally garbage. Leave it to Reese to hate it. Okay, so she goes into this bar, and this is where I was kind of talking about earlier. I don't know if this will let me like.
You guys
No,
are
it's not
forgetting that he
clicking.
had the chip on, which stops him from transforming. And I guess like when she was pulling him out, that might have like got out or something. His device was shorting out. Thanks, Robert. That's why it took so
Yeah,
long.
yeah, and then so she goes into this bar, and this is where I was talking about it being a bit unrealistic, at least in my life experience. But apparently, girls are nice. I just haven't met
In
very few of
Florida.
them in Florida. Exactly. These girls just come up and they're like, "Come here, honey. What did he do?" I love the line where they're like, "He doesn't deserve you, and he doesn't love you." I'm like,
I was
oh,
I was like,
like
wow, we're really assuming.
somebody's dealt
Okay.
with abusive relationships in this little group for sure. But then she goes out and these guys, and it's pretty typical what you'd see like in. Of course, she saved him. Only thing that makes sense.
I just said that he saved her.
um, and these guys are hitting on her. Well, beyond hitting on her, right? There's a little bit of cat calling, but then takes a whole nother level, and she hawks out. She hawks out. Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
from stress and fear.
yeah. And she gets saved by Bruce. Get it? Did you hear that, Reese? She gets saved by Bruce. Do I need to repeat that, Reese?
Though
She
he
gets
did have to
saved.
use harsh tactics, like tackling her.
Yeah, but I mean,
He just tackled her. He didn't just be like, no. He was just like, phew. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I'm like, well, she's a Hulk right now, so she'll be fine.
one thing I love about it is when her and Hawk are standing next to each other, like the pure size difference
Oh my
makes me
gosh.
adore it. I was watching one of Saggy's streams the other day when she stream sniped me. Someone in the comments put Tristan reminds me of that Chihuahua, that like an ankle biter, that's loud and tiny. That's what she reminds me of. Is like the dogs that have like a little man syndrome. But it's so cute because she's like
That's what it's
bite
called?
size. I don't
Little
know.
man syndrome?
Little dick energy. I don't know. We can call it a bunch of things. I like his place though. I want to go there.
I knew it too. I don't know who I was talking to, maybe Robert, but when I was seeing this in the trailer, I'm like, "Yo, what if he uses this place to literally like get away from everything, whether it's for before or after the blimp when he can like be Hulk whenever, that kind of thing, or whenever he's causing damage. And I was right. Yay.
It's called the Napoleon Complex. I knew it had like a real name. Thank you, Nails Mustache.
Napoleon? Oh,
Yeah,
because
because
he's
he was a
short.
little guy. Yeah, like he was like your size, Bianca.
He didn't she didn't save him from a burning car crash. It already crashed. They were
Yeah.
both hurt. His seatbelt was stuck and he couldn't get it out.
Oh, that's so cool, Gary.
I mean,
Um,
oh, nice.
that sounds that would be freaking awesome. I love like the testing though. Oh my god. Like I had anxiety, and this is really hard to pinpoint spots, but I had such anxiety when she was in there. See what I mean? Look at the size difference. I'm sorry. It's adorable. It's so freaking cute.
And then when he pats her head, because she had a hangover, that kind of hurt.
Oh yeah.
I think so I did look for the writers in the credits, and I literally watched all 5 minutes of the credits only to realize that it was in the beginning. Frick. So I had to go all the way back to the beginning. Uh he wasn't Hulk in the car, bro. He has a broken arm.
Rich,
uh
just watch the show. It's so much easier. You will see. You
Frick,
will
what was I
see.
talking about?
The credits.
uh
The credits.
Okay, so the writers for this were Chip Zagslavs Zaglag or something like that. I'm so sorry. It was just a unique last name. And then Dana Schwartz, which I'm pretty sure with the whole controversy with her and
Oh,
South
I
Park.
remember her. A
So
bunch of people got mad about a South Park joke or something.
So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, that makes sense of why there's some of this in there. Some of it I felt like, okay, I think this is fine. And then some other stuff, I was like, maybe don't put so much in that.
What do you mean?
I felt like, they
Too
do talk
feminist?
about not too, maybe to the point where it's brought up in a lot of conversations where it doesn't need to be brought up, so it can
Mm-hmm.
be annoying. But there's other ones where it's used for like comedy, and I liked it very much.
Yeah, and I do too. And I. This was very clearly for a certain audience. It was for a certain demographic. I'm not saying men can't enjoy this at all, because it's one of those you turn your brain off. This isn't a normal, to me, MCU show. Whereas like Miss Marvel and all of those kind of were the building of a new thing. A little bit more serious. Moon Knight definitely for sure. Zaz Love. But this one to me felt more sitcom-y, I guess is the way to put it. You know what I mean?
Yes, because it's supposed to be.
Well, then it worked. It worked
You didn't
because
know it was
it's.
supposed to be a sitcom?
I heard him describe it like more like Ally McBeal, but I'm
I
not
don't know
gonna
what
lie,
that
I've never
is.
seen Ally. I was gonna say
Oh,
I've never seen it.
so I guess that sucks for us. I thought it was a person. I'm like, what kind of name is that?
So it was Dana Schwartz. I
Yeah.
I
So
can't
I'm like,
remember
okay,
the
that makes sense.
controversy. I just remember it had something to do with South Park. She either
I think
didn't
she
like
was
it or made a
like,
joke about it.
no, she was saying something like, if you watch South Park, then you kind of grew up to be a terrible person, especially if you were a guy. Something like that.
I mean, that's just a really bad take. Like,
It is. And people were saying, like, I'm a girl. I watch South Park. I'm completely fine. I also watch South Park.
yeah, I don't really watch South Park just because but I watch like American Dad and Family Guy, which is something very
American Dad is
similar.
better.
American Dad is the best show ever. I'm telling you. I love it. But
There's a lot of movies that you have to turn your brain off. You have to turn your brain off for Big Trouble in Little China. That movie freaking sucks. It's stupid.
I
But
don't
you
even
turn
know
your
what that
brain off
is.
so you can have fun watching it. And the same thing for Dragon Ball Z, which is known for turning your brain off so you don't have to think about constant power scales that make no sense.
And Tristan has never seen Ally McBeal. Wasn't she around in the 90s? How old do you think I am, Bryant?
I was born
Yes.
95, so what did that mean? I should have known about her?
I mean,
What am I talking about? I don't know. What am I talking about?
Ally McBeal.
Is that what we're talking about?
I
What
mean,
were we talking about before? South Park?
yeah, before that. No, somebody said, what, like, shouldn't I know what Ally McBeal is? By the time the 90s ended, I was 12 or 13.
No, I agree with Reese. Big Trouble in Little China is the best bad movie ever. It is my favorite movie. I constantly watch it a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about, you weirdos.
It's a movie with the Kurt Russell. I think that's his name.
I love this line here. I know it's the one they used in the trailer, but I still kind of love it. He's like, Hulk like responds to fear and anger or something like that, and she's like, that's baseline for women, we're good. I know people don't like that kind of why I don't get it. It's supposed to be a joke. Why is
I
that
like how he
offensive?
ignores her. She's
Yeah.
like, "Wow, that's the baseline for anyone." And he's like, "Okay, let's start." And I'm like, "He ignored you."
Samuel's trying to call me out. Didn't upload February 15th, 2020. Yes, yes, yes. I have changed a lot. Again, like I said on my community post,
Wait, what?
gone
You crapped
through.
on She-Hulk?
Yeah, I know on the writer. I have gone through a very public changing of or coming of identity or whatever you want to say, and people still are going to judge by my past stuff. So yeah, that's okay.
But I do
Um
disagree with Tristan. To me, this isn't a turn your brain off film. Film? This isn't
Joe.
a turn your brain off show. To me, it's good writing. You know,
Yeah.
there's just some snippets that I didn't like here and there, but overall for like a 30-minute show, I'm surprised it fits well. Like it's not like how what's his name? Moon Knight was like 45 minutes, something like that. I felt like it was too long, but this one's like
Some of them were,
30-ish
yeah.
minutes. This one is like this feels right for this type of show.
Yeah. I was like, why only 30 minutes? Like it said 35 minutes, and I'm like, I know 5 of that is going to be credits. Why is it so short? No, it actually felt like that made sense for this kind of a show. I still don't get why
Can you
people are
say that last
offended.
part again?
No, I said I felt like I felt like the length made sense for
The show in
this
general.
show. Yeah, yeah, it seems
Mhm.
so.
Like like long comedies, I don't think unless it's like a long comedy movie, I don't think it would have like done that much. So I'm like 30 minutes seems good. I'm
Yeah.
going to be looking at the writers for every single episode just to see how different the writing is. What I am glad is that I was predicting that Dana Schwartz was going not going to be the sole writer for the episodes, but like she's going to be writing with somebody else because people thought she was just going to be by herself, but I'm like, no, 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 she's writing with somebody else. So I don't know how she writes, I don't know how the other person writes, but this is definitely a combination and I can see it, which makes
Yeah.
it good to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though like it gave me horrible anxiety that he could I'm trying to see if I can get it. Like, no, it's not gonna let me because it's freaking restream. Like, he could let her fucking have all those blades and not know whether or not she was going to turn. Rude. Just rude. We don't kill family. But she did turn. See how little she is? It's cute.
Sorry, I'm just cartoons and comics. No, why'd you delete Phil's comment?
What
It wasn't
happened?
anything
Wait,
bad.
Phil's a mod. Wait, no.
He's
Who's
on
Phil?
mine.
Oh, it
He,
was like, Phil TMNT. Good morning.
he's a watch next week's episode be 40 minutes just to troll. LOL.
Um, did you notice one thing? I thought the CGI was really good when her hair was up. Where it lacked was when her hair was like this.
When what?
When the CGI felt like it was a little bit off was when her hair was down. I think it would be a lot smarter for them to use the CGI with her hair up. It looked really good.
Mm. As a She-Hulk or Tatiana?
Yes. They
She-Hulk?
don't yeah, they don't need the CGI when she's Tatiana or herself. See, like it looks so much better when her hair was up, when they're on the beach and stuff.
I thought She-Hulk's hair was up all the time.
I
Oh, you
mean,
mean like a ponytail?
yeah, like a ponytail.
My bad. I like how she kind of has the what's it called? She-Hulk is the born sexy trope. Like the moment she turns, she has perfect hair, and I love
Yeah,
it
I guess I get that. Let me
because she
see if
kind
I
of
can
is, to be honest. Like
hot.
She-Hulk doesn't ever look ugly.
No. No, no, no. That's not She-Hulk to me. She-Hulk's always like I was honestly surprised that I guess when I first saw that first trailer, I was really worried about the CGI.
I
And
was not.
I know, and I don't know why I was so much. It's Disney. Disney does have a little bit of a CGI problem,
They
but
do.
they're gonna make it. And I felt like it was definitely way better than what I had expected.
Whoa, is Jarrell having problems with the with hearing us? Is it a volume issue? Quality control? Anybody else hearing us just fine? Let's get some feedback here.
That's right. See, and now I'm not going to be able to go through the second half of the episode because Restream's an asshole. So we'll just talk about it. And I'm afraid if I do try to share it, it'll mess up. So we hear you just fine. He's gonna restart and see. Okay, so in the second half of the episode, we see what do we go through there? Back to court, kind of. So there was another kind of narrative that was going on that She-Hulk was going to be, oh my god, I am not saying this ironically, I am cringing as I say it, the bestest ever. And we clearly see, they clearly showcase over and over again that Hulk is not only stronger, but has developed his abilities much better. And she just doesn't want to do with it. Like, she doesn't want anything to do with being a superhero. She wants to go back to her job. She wants to be able to have her normal life. And I think she's kind of doing that a little bit. But she doesn't want to hear it, basically.
So what I found very good in the trailers was that I used it for my video, by the way. There's one trailer where she claps and he just goes in through to like a bunch of rocks, and then you see the show, and that's not even what happens. He's like in front of a car and like it just bumps him into the rocks, and she's in her normal self, and then when she claps, the clapping scene starts, it does nothing, and then she tries it again and it has a tiny bit of force, but he's still not moving, and he's like, wow, that's all you got. But then she tries again, and it's I guess the frequency is a little bit high, so it kind of hurts his ears, and she realizes, oh my gosh, I can just clap multiple times and it's going
Right.
to hurt him. And I'm like, there you go. Like every time she does something, like throws something at him, he just walks through it. And then
Yeah.
she
And
realizes that she can try to hurt him with, like, not hurt him, but like,
get him
I don't know
back.
how to, yeah, with multiple small things. Like the tiny coconuts broke his glasses, and he's like, you know what, that's it. Like she threw, like, I think she threw surfboards at him or something like that multiple times, and he just does nothing. And I'm like, yeah, there's a power scale, and
Yeah.
she's nowhere near the strength as he is. So he even did that thing where it's I don't even know if shows do this nowadays, but like if somebody's taller and there's like, I don't know, a little kid that wants to fight them, they usually grab their head while they're swinging, and it always looks funny. And he did that to her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And then he does his like clap thing and he blows her fucking like away. And even when
Yeah.
they're doing the throw the rocks thing, she's kind of like trying to
She's trying to one up him on
she's trying to
purpose.
one up him every single time. Every time. And it doesn't work every single time until he pushes her off a cliff and then it's, for laughs. And it's cute. I love. That's one good thing, really good thing about this episode so far is the kind of familial relationship. They do a really good job of almost like I get it, they're cousins, but like getting the brother sister picking on each other kind of thing.
In the comics, she liked her powers. So it kind of depends. Like in the Savage She-Hulk, she kind of found it as a nuisance because she wanted to focus on being a lawyer. It did, it did, it didn't hurt her chances of becoming a lawyer, but it was harder to maintain because every time she got irritated with what the opposing person would do, she would have to get angry and be like, "Hey, sorry, I have to leave. We got to do this another time," something like that. And then of course it turns out that apparently it was killing her and they had to do something about it, which I did not like that storyline at all. So it seems like they're going with a little bit of that because in like I think who is that? Dan Slott's run? It seems like she doesn't she seems like Jennifer doesn't really like herself, which is why she stays, which is honestly why I like the Dan Slots run
Right.
because he's like, hey, don't neglect yourself, don't forget yourself, you are just as important, which
Right.
is why they wanted her to be like with Jennifer with at a long period of time, just Jennifer, not She-Hulk. They're like, no, we want Jennifer, not She-Hulk, something like that.
To my understanding, for I know you know more about She-Hulk than I do, but didn't she love her She-Hulk form?
Burns run, yes. Dan Slots, yes. Charles Soleil does not speak about it much. She's just in her form. Like it was mostly focused
Right.
on the lawyering stuff. In the Savage She-Hulk, the very first one, she hated it and she wanted it cured. But she learned to deal with it and she's like, hey, you know what? Maybe this is not so bad.
That's probably why I thought that because those are the runs I am familiar with. I don't remember. Savage She-Hulk was the introduction, right?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I don't remember her not liking it, but it's been a while since I read it. When Bruce is under the rock, Savage Hawk shows up. Thank you so much, Robert.
Yes. Which I liked. And they were like, "Wah!" And she's like, "Wah!" And then they're like tackling each other and they're rolling down a hill. And I'm like, oh, I love this. It's like they're
I
siblings. And then they're like, I'm sorry, I did all of that. And they ruined the bar. He's like, my
I
bar.
know, I
Like,
felt so
I'm
bad. And
so
Xavier,
sorry. And
you
I'm like,
are totally
oh.
fine. I know, I felt Xavier, you are totally fine. You are absolutely fine. You are always more than welcome here.
I did the man thing as a joke, like, it's ma'am.
I felt like they did that whole story with like me and Tony. I love the like the what was it the when they what is it called when you clink glasses?
uh,
Like cheers?
cheers. I call it cheers.
Yeah. Like to good times during hard times. I thought that was really sweet and then they went and ruined the bar. I'm like, "Oh my god." Like of course that fucking happens, but they do rebuild it and we see her break the fourth wall. I love that was the one that was in the trailer. Toast. Thank you. A toast.
A
I
toast,
couldn't
thank you. Hey, Brisson. Oh, you got it. You changed your profile picture again. Oh, one thing I will say that are you aware of Benny Hill?
I think
The Benny Hill
so.
show?
Is it like a funny show or something?
Yes. It's a funny, I think it's a funny satire parody show from the UK.
Kind of. I've heard the
There's
name
that
sounds
song.
familiar.
So
Oh, yes, I know. Okay, I know that.
I remember She-Hulk's appearance in that show.
Oh, really?
And yep, and where the guys were catcalling her at the bar, it was somewhat similar to that. So what it was is that it was a woman, and then you had all these old guys surrounding her, and it's like they were trying to feel her up in a
Oh my
way.
goodness.
And then she gets angry and she turns to She-Hulk, but it's in a dominatrix kind of outfit.
Oh my
And she has
goodness.
like this whip that comes out. She has a whip for some reason after she changes. And the guys
Okay.
were like, oh, and she's like, whipping it around and all that stuff. And then like she's trying to scare them off, but it's not working, and they actually get turned on. And instead of she chasing them for like to give them fear, it's them chasing her out of fear. So
Oh
it kind of
my
reminds
god.
me of that. And she got irritated of these guys, and then she changed out of anger. But Hulk kind of just like, pew!
That's so funny. I'm putting this. Forgot I can do this. Ha ha ha. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You see that? That's cool. That's new from Restream. Thank you very much, Restream. Um,
Ooh,
but I'm trying to think of what happened. This is why I wanted to have that She-Hulk as a dominatrix. Oh my god. Um, this is why I wanted to have that up, but it didn't work. So oh, that's when she heads back and she becomes her like normal person, right? Um, and so that was another. And this is why every once in a while I watch Grace Randolph, but like this whole scene was full of action, and she's like Tatiana wasn't in it, but for 2 minutes, but that's all she needed. She like crashes through the courtroom wall when she's trying to do her closing speech. And isn't this kind of led to believe that this is the first time She-Hulk's shown up publicly, at least in a fashion like that?
yes, it should be.
So
She said that only Nikki knew, and her parents, and
Bruce,
Bruce, like very small niches of people. So she kind of outed herself.
I mean, rightfully so. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. I like Titania as a character in the comics, but she looks like Peggy Bundy, and I'm not okay with it. It's so
Well, we
weird to
don't
me.
like something happened. I know something happened. She just bust through a wall, and I thought like from the trailers that maybe She-Hulk like punched her and she went straight through a wall, but
Right.
she punches through the wall and she looks confused. Like and I'm like something happened before she got here, and I'm wondering if they're going to show it in the second episode.
I don't think so. Because when I was listening to her review, now again, the screeners got 4 episodes. She said that not only does Daredevil not show up, but we don't see Titania again. Wong shows up in episode 4, but that's it so far as like the cameos. At least now Daredevil's gonna
Well,
have to show up. There's
no, no,
nine
no, no, no.
episodes.
If Tatiana's not going to be there past the first episode, then why is she in all of the interviews?
No. She's gonna be there, but not till towards the latter half of the season.
Ah, okay, so we won't get an explanation till later.
Right. And like I just Tatiana to me was always such a like you know that like okay, what does Liana say, like step on me mommy type character?
Yeah.
And that's all, but she always had the looks to go along with it, and she just God, she looks just like she should be dating Al Bundy, and it's so weird to me. It's so weird. Hope like, but she's got the tits. She's got the tits down flat. Like nice and percolating and beautiful. She's got that going for you. Oh
I
yeah,
knew her
I
from
always
that
say it wrong.
Netflix
I always say it
show.
wrong. Titania, not Tatiana. Titania. I'm sorry. They did her do it dirty with their costume. Yes. Titania. I apologize. You know what's I'm really bad about in comics when I read? Because unless I'm reviewing it and way before my channel, I would just, if I couldn't say a name, I'd just be like, oh, I picked the closest thing. So I keep saying Tatiana because Tatiana Masley, or however you say her name, is She-Hulk. But I know it's Titania, but I never had to say this stuff out loud until I had a channel. Like, I called Hippolyta my entire life.
Bro,
My
I was pronouncing it
entire
like
life.
that too.
Yes, I'm not the only one. And especially like, if you're reading, I don't think you are, I think you're trade waiting, but the War World saga right now, it's like every other name is like I can't do it. So I just say, if it starts with an A, I say A in my head. Like, I'm so bad.
Titania's married?
Is she?
Serious Nas, maybe Titania's husband, Absorbing Man, will show up later in the season to help her.
Oh, I do think they even said something about didn't they say something about that in Rainbow Rowell's first issue where they kind of go back and forth a little bit, and she said something about go back to your family or something along those lines.
Yeah. She's like, go home, back to your blah, 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 blah.
Yes. But yeah, she shows up and she goes straight hug. She's like, I love that. She's like, but I like this outfit. And they said earlier, spandex was your best friend. So I think they're trying to um kind of teach her a little bit, like, you gotta make sure you got the clothes down.
She's gonna go back to Bruce.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like, I like that. Oh, that was another part that I really liked during the Bruce section, where she was like, this is yoga. Like, he kept calling it some sort of, I can't remember what type of therapy.
It was called. Why am I thinking of the word diabolical?
Behavior
Dialect?
or something? Dialect?
Yeah, something behavioral therapy. It was called DPBT or something like that.
And I'm like, yeah. It's called yoga. And it, I mean, she said something along the lines like it burns fat or it gives me a tight butt.
And she's like, high five. And he's like, no, you're not ready. But it's funny that when she's She-Hulk, she kind of concentrates more on the actual therapy than when she's Jennifer.
Yeah. And one thing I wanted to ask you,
Dialectic. Thank you, Ryan.
dialectic. Okay. Um, Grace's voice hurts sometimes. Yeah, I get that, but I can't even say anything because I people say that about me too, so I would never like say that to her just because I know how it feels. But one thing I wanted to ask you, because you have read quite a few more runs than I have.
Mm-hmm.
When, and it probably was in Savage She-Hulk. So when Hawk became the Hawk originally, he had that, and they talk about this also, that other voice in his head. You know,
Yeah.
he was Bruce and he was Hawk. They were kind of two different, distinct personalities.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, was she always Jennifer like she is in the show?
It's kind of weird. I feel like every writer might think differently on how, because on her first appearance, Savage She-Hulk, she was just a copy of Bruce. So She-Hulk did have her own uh type of mind, and they would argue a lot. Um, in Charles Soleil, there was nothing like that. And I believe during the Civil War, was it the Civil War? I think during the Civil War, probably, it was shown that Jennifer was with one of the groups while She Hulk was with the other group. So they were on opposing sides and thought differently. But I
I
don't know
mean,
who was the writer on that.
I kind of like it. Um because she or Hawk, in at least in the MCU for sure, had the ability. Oh, you know what? I do remember one time when she battled Greyhawk, was it? The Grey She-Hulk? She had like an inner child voice, but that was only during a short run. I don't even remember what that was. But I do remember I kind of like it because there's no way that She-Hulk is going to be able to get unless they put a lot invested into her if this show does well, or even if it doesn't, depending on what direction they're going. um I do think that having that much character develop, like, because Bruce had years to focus in on developing that kind of different personality, and then when he changed to Professor Hog, people didn't really care. At least the complaints I seen, people didn't like it as much. So I think kind of skipping that step in a way, people are gonna say it's cheap, but I think it's a good thing, just because it's only 9 episodes right now. We want to get to kind of what she is. Robert says da, 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 da. She was always Jen.
Hmm.
She never had another personality. Okay,
Except
that's
in
fair.
She-Hulk. Except in She-Hulk, she talked exactly like Hulk and called Iron Man puny man.
Puny man, teeny tiny man. And I remember reading. I need to go back through. It's been so many years since I've done like a deep dive into this character. But like I remember she was on the Fantastic Four at one point too.
The show?
No, the team.
Oh, I saw the shows. But yeah, she visits the Fantastic Four sometimes.
Like, it's been so long. I should have reread this shit. I always say I'm gonna, but I don't.
Same.
That's why I just go to you. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And if you don't know, Robert does. So we're good. We're
Yeah.
good. Um, but we get to see her fight with Titania. Um, and save her shoes. I love that little like detail where she takes. It's just the little things that I appreciate, and I don't know if it's as a girl or just as a person. Like the little things that girls would do,
Shoes are
she does.
expensive.
Yeah, and they've got little diamonds on the back. They're so pretty. Just saying. Just saying.
Yes, Robert,
Um,
I remember.
what's that? Remember we saw Professor Hawk during Future Imperfect. Um, yeah, I am gonna still say that I like Miss Marvel better, at least so far.
I will withhold my judgment because I
I
don't want to
know.
be biased towards She-Hulk, and it's only one episode out right now.
Yeah, I think that's way more fair. Like, I really like this show so far. I think it's got some good humor in it. I think it's got a balance of not only humor but action and um kind of art. You said you knew the name of the writers. What
Mm.
were they female writers?
Well, I believe one of them's male because I don't know a female named Chip.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So there was when it was first released, they showed four different female lead writers, but uh I was surprised to see a male writer named Chip on here. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not just females, it's gonna be some males too.
but it looks like they've got enough females to get that, like, I don't know, jokey
Relatability and
humor.
balance.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're doing good enough of a job in the female department that it feels very much so, and you probably are going to hear different about this a lot today. It feels very much so like a John Byrne, Dan Slott, Jennifer, in my opinion.
I really like that when as soon as she changed for that room with the chainsaws or whatever, the no, they're just saws, not chainsaws. And she changed and she was like she starts out as going Wah! Wah! And then and then she threw the door at Bruce, and then Bruce was like, "Whoa, whoa, poo, poo!" you? And she was like, why are you talking to me like a horse?
I thought it was really good. Like, yeah, I think I should withhold my judgment too. Like, but what I meant, I guess, was comparing episode 1 to episode 1. It didn't give me like, and I said it before when we talked about Miss Marvel. I have a tie to that culture that makes me nostalgic, and I think that's why I'm so partial to that show. But this had just, I don't know. I don't want to use the word feminist because I know people look at that as a dirty word, but it had like a lot of good feminist energy to it. Like, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I really, really did. I know that's a dirty word. I know it is. The horse comment. Yes, the horse comment. Oh, and there was some comments about um that I thought were really good. Feminism has always be evil. Are you joking, Chaos Blood Comics? Feminism is the reasons why women can have a credit card and vote. So no, it hasn't always been evil.
It's the
And
reason why the veterinarian industry is overrun by women now that they were able to have jobs than men. I didn't think it would overtake so quickly though.
veterinarian would be a sweet ass job. I mean, maybe. And I think about playing with cute animals, and then I'm like, but you have to operate and stab and da 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 da. Okay, so no. Um, See, this is why I didn't want to use this word. I didn't. You gotta disconnect from your anti SJW stance for a minute. Feminism is a lot of good things with a lot of bad actors. With a lot of bad actors. You see, like, feminist wrecked, epic fail. Those are bad actors. Don't let them give females in general a bad name.
The
That's
whole
all I mean.
point of feminism is to have the same rights as a guy, not to have
Yes.
more rights. If there's a female or a male who are like, no, we should have even more rights as a
That's
guy,
not
then they're not
feminism.
feminist. They're not feminists.
They're
That's not what
supremacists.
feminism is.
They're female supremacists. Feminism, real feminists
Egalitarian.
don't want that. Yes, exactly. But yeah, I thought it had like there was I liked the commentary on women and their emotions cuz that's beyond true. Like anytime you hear like I just cringe when somebody's like, "Oh, you're getting emotional." Like, you guys, I know a lot of you can I've got good examples just from Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. There is this weird like idea that if women get emotional, they're unstable. That's not true. Men get emotional too. But when women become heartless, they're assholes. So,
Why would I
yeah.
want to punch a man? I'm 4'11". I can't even reach their face. I always pay for my meals. You say like it's a bad thing, like, oh my gosh, don't punch a man. I'm like, no, duh. Oh my gosh, pay for your own meals. Okay, it's not difficult. I'm not gonna cry
Exactly.
about paying for my own meals. It's cheaper. All I do is get the appetizers because my stomach is so small. $14. Heck yeah. You want this $30 meal? Okay, you can pay for your $30 meal while I pay for my $14 meal. Okay, we're all good.
Exactly. Yeah, I where did that where I didn't even see the original comment.
Oh well, he's all the way down now, so
Okay.
you'd
Robert,
have
thank
to
you so
like get out
much.
of freeze full screen.
People whining about Gomez casting in Wednesday. Why?
Because to be a Gomez, you have to be fully white, I guess.
What?
Yeah, I remember seeing Liana's tweet. Somebody was saying that he looked like a specific part of the cartel. And Liana was like, listen, if you're going to do stereotypes and be racist about it, at least like get it right.
That is crazy. I did see one video pop out about it, but I didn't I don't know. I don't. Okay, all right, sure. Yes, I am MGTOW. Oh my god,
I'm
that
surprised you didn't
explains a
know that.
lot.
He said it multiple. He said it before.
Oh, I didn't realize it. MGTOW, I've noticed, and I think we actually talked about this recently. They blame everything on women. They blame everything on women, and I'm not saying you do this, Chaos Bud. I don't mean you specifically. I mean, um, they blame general. I'm talking generalities here, and I know people hate that, but they blame everything on women and take no sort of agencies for themselves. Like, oh, my mom did this. Single women. Oh my god. Feminist and what is it, like single mothers? Oh my god. Like, it just, then don't date those people. That's not that hard. I don't know. Plus, I hate MGTOW because they fucking fucked with my channel long time ago. MGTOW is men go their own way, Raymond. Yeah. MGTOW equals basement dwellers. There we go. There we go. That's a better.
Batman is great. He believes in equal rights. He punches women as well as men, which is so weird because when I saw that clip on the Batman animated series, and oh gosh, it was a female villain called the Red something, and he's like, a woman,
Red Claw?
and she was Red Claw, and she's like, do you have a problem with that, Batman? And it's like, of course not, I'm an equal blah 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 crime fighter. I'm laughing because and now I don't remember what he said and I butchered it, gosh dang. But the thing is, like, he never punches her anyway, but during that time those episodes were coming out, he actually didn't do a lot of that. When it started going into, like, I think maybe this past the second season, that's when he actually started doing more fighting. Probably because of, like, I don't know, like in the 90s, Spider-Man wasn't allowed to punch somebody, so he kicked instead.
I
So I'm
mean,
guessing it was something similar to that.
they just brought Red Claw into the comics for the first time.
Oh, she was never in the comics? She
No,
was in
not to
original?
my knowledge. No, I'm pretty sure. I think it was like Harley Quinn two issues ago. They brought her
Is
in, and it was a
she
key.
is she staying as the villain?
Yeah, she was a villain for like 2 minutes, and now she's gone. That was it. It was just a cameo.
Ah, at least she was still a villain, though.
Mm-hmm. That's modern feminism. That's exactly right. Okay.
So when are we going to the butthole talk?
We will. Everyone wants the butthole talk. We'll go there first instead of the what's it called? The review bombing that literally started before the show was out. It's so fucking rinse and repeat. It's so rinse and repeat. They do this every single show, but we'll get there, I promise. We need to talk about Jamil. I hope I'm saying her name right. Her butthole. Everyone's super excited. That
I don't
outfit
know
is crazy, but
how.
I love it.
It looks very comic booky.
Yeah, I
If
like
I didn't
that.
say that, I would have said I hated it. So I'm trying to justify it right now.
It's cute. Okay, so what happened? Let's see here. So she says,
See, her outfit
okay.
right there looks great. That was in the She-Hulk.
Like, I pulled a muscle and oh my god. Okay. Jamila is writing, is willing to suffer for her art. The actress got some serious stunt work and action sequence in her role, and wound up hurting in surprisingly uncomfortable places. Um, she said, the actress dished out how much stunt work she had to do while playing Titania. There, I got it right this time. Um, Social media influencer with superhuman strength. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more insight into who she is. I didn't. She's a social media influencer in the show?
Yeah, they said it before in trailers.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, with superhuman strength, who ends up a rival to the titular She-Hulk. No, I didn't at all. I did it all. That's pretty impressive. Like, honestly, I don't know that I could do it. Like, I'm not a very strong person, but
I would break like
yeah,
glass.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't take any sort of I don't know. Um, I was hurting in that I didn't know really exist. Like, you'll probably have to bleed this out, but I pulled a muscle in my asshole. I didn't know that was possible.
I did.
Like, I'm trying to, was she kicking maybe? I'm trying to think of what she could do to pull a muscle in her ass.
If you're doing something like actual fighting choreography and you do something wrong, you can't pull a muscle there, or lifting incorrectly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why you use proper form, guys. Always when lifting. Always.
Always
Um,
breathe.
yes, and don't use your backs. I didn't know how much of it ever gets to make it to the big screen because CGI is bonkers. Oh, I bet. But I got to do all my stunts pretty much myself. That's freaking awesome. And that was something I've never done before because I'm the ultimate couch potato. Um, I am just a puddle with bangs. I mean, she probably had to get really super into shape for this. Like, I know she does social media herself. Let's see if I can find her here.
Well, she's a
Oh, and
celebrity, so and like her Netflix show, the Good Place. It's rather called The Good Place or The Bad Place, and she was fantastic on that.
was she? I've never
Mm-hmm.
seen her before.
Ah,
She could have been doing
I
the
didn't
Cardi
spoil
B
anything.
workout. No, I've never seen it before. I don't know her from anything
That's the only
other
place
than
that I've
social
seen her.
media. I thought she was just like, I know she's a feminist, but I thought she actually, I think it was her, did an interview a long time ago that I covered with Io Till It Right, Amber Heard's friend. And that's pretty much my only knowing of what she is. Where did we go here? No, there was a day where we were all rehearsing together for a scene, and he made it feel like we were rehearsing for a school play. It felt so fun, so free. He's so generous. He's so playful. He's so not what you think he would be at someone at the level. He's a gentleman. Talking about Mark Ruffalo. Ruffalo? Okay. All right.
Sounds like chips.
I see him in a lot of like thumbnails. Um that people don't like him. I just don't pay enough attention as to why. I think he's liberal, that's why. Pretty sure.
Ooh. Oh, sorry.
Is
I just got a notification and I'm kind of happy.
this still part of She-Hulk? We're talking about Jamila James' butthole that got pulled.
Well, she plays Titania, so it kind of.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What I don't know if I want to click on what you sent, Joseph.
For education purposes.
Like I'm a little weary. I'm not gonna lie.
Shut your face. Shush.
Is it?
Kayate.
Let's see what Joseph sent. What the fuck? Okay.
What? What do
It's
we look at?
about an anal sphincter injury.
Oh.
They can result from surgery, trauma. Yeah, that's where she got it.
I think SpongeBob also broke his butt before.
Who?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob broke his butt.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
That's ridiculous. He doesn't have a butt. He's a sponge.
Yeah, he broke that square part he sits on.
Did it rip?
I think it like it actually broke. Like it broke, and he had to it was like wrapped in bandages, I think, or I'm having a Mandela effect, and it just had bandages and not any breaking.
Okay. All right. We need to talk about this. Okay. I I seen Max. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, oh my god, I always forget his channel name. Mindless Movies and Entertainment, maybe. I know him from his when he used to go by Mad Max the Mandalorian. I seen him streaming about this yesterday, so I looked it up and I went on IMBD, and I'm like, "Are you serious? We're 24 hours, or close to 12 hours out from the release of this movie, and there was already a shit ton of 1-star reviews. They can't do it on Rotten Tomatoes because it doesn't open up, but IMBD
Bruh, I
does.
was looking at Rotten Tomatoes and I'm like, where is it? I can't see anything. And I didn't know it was on IMDb. I wanted to research before I freaking got here, but I couldn't find it. And now I'm angry.
No, Rotten Tomatoes actually does not let it show up until the show is actually on, which makes a lot more sense. As of right now, Rotten Tomatoes has She-Hulk the critics at 92. It's not a 92. Like, if I were gonna rate it out of 100, I'd say like an 80, 85
80.
area. 85. That's still a B.
I was going to say 65, 65 to 70.
Wow, you went lower than I did. Okay. 80.
Just because I like it doesn't mean I'm not critical.
That's very true. That's very true. The audience score is 71. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, the comics were great and interesting, and if they had stuck, I told you, had stuck to the source material, then the TV show could have been a success too. Horribly and poorly written show. It's not funny or witty in the least.
Oh, I thought we were going to actually look at the reviews.
No, I was just seeing what was on Rotten Tomatoes. All right. So yesterday
I
this
did
happened
like the people who didn't like it. I really liked the reasons why. I haven't found one that like sounded stupid.
on Rotten
Mm-hmm.
Tomatoes. Yeah, I don't see like terrible writing, unbelievably bad jokes. A woman can do way better. That's not it. That okay. Um all right. So this started yesterday. Now, mind you, it happened both ways this time. I think a bunch of fans of the MCU and I'm assuming people that were looking forward to the show saw the review bombing start and went to counter it. Because you can see the 10-star ratings before it came out and the 1-star ratings before it came out. So, like, they definitely were trying to counter that. Let's see, rating by demographic. This is interesting.
Wait, how come the one I'm
Um,
looking at looks different?
what article are you looking at?
Oh no, I'm actually on the site.
Oh
This
yeah,
changed a
I guess.
lot.
Well, this was posted yesterday before the show came
Ah.
out. That's why I wanted to get these
Mm-hmm.
ones. Those could have been people that actually saw the show and rated it.
It's too much on the tens and too much on the ones. So I want to say it's
Yeah.
review bombing both ways. And I'm like, you guys are
Yeah.
not helping the show.
Um the demographic shows that overwhelmingly positive reviews were from women.
That's
However,
sketch to me. I'm sorry.
what's that?
I find that kind of sketch.
Well, what happened was they saw the review bombing happen, so they tried to counteract it. They should have just
Yeah,
left it
that's
alone.
why. I was like, yeah, they're because of that happened. They're trying to do that too, and it's not gonna help.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only going to make it cuz this always happens. It always
Yeah, which
happens.
is why I stopped
Um
looking at reviews.
who says it's not the other way around, because I literally saw it happen yesterday. I literally saw this happen yesterday.
Oh,
Um,
Helen quit social media.
how do they know the demographics? That's
It says
unless
that
you
you have to be
answer.
signed in.
Ah, okay.
So like you sign in, female, blah blah blah.
So they were mad about a headline. That's why they rated it 0
What was the
because
headline?
Marvel's horniest show yet.
It's She-Hulk.
Yeah,
So
it makes sense. I did, and that was another thing I seen yesterday was our on Max's stream yesterday. People mad that they created a Tinder.
oh, that was so funny.
Like I thought it was cute.
Apparently, like if you like it or swipe right, or I don't know how this thing works. Like they're like, wow, and it gives a response. And it's like, wow, I know we're gonna be like great for each other. Here's the notifications for when She-Hulk comes out.
What are you arguing about, Simon? These literal like it it was okay. I don't care. I saw it happen, so I'm good. Um this is the
That's
exact
fine,
headline.
CJ. I'm sorry.
Wait, what? No, you're fine. Have a good day, CJ. I saw this was the exact headline in Entertainment Weekly's article about how sex positive. Why is that a bad thing?
I thought that's what we wanted.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with being sex positive.
Hopefully nobody
I,
heard that in the background.
wait, why?
My sister's doing something in the kitchen. I
Okay.
think that's my sister. It's my sister and my brother.
Um, Disney, have you forgotten who your target market is? Wait, so is he? Did he just literally say that the market is male virgins because the show is sex positive? Okay. How you made billions of dollars that you had not made off families. Oh, okay. Families. I had that wrong. I get it.
Wait,
But
what's the
you
age rating for this show? Because they do curse a lot.
Oh, that's a good question.
They
Let me look
said
it up.
bull. They
She-Hulk
said
rating. Oh my god, it comes up Seahawks every time I say She-Hulk. I'm trying to look.
because I don't think it showed when I first watched the show.
I don't remember even looking. Yeah. Why can't you just tell me at the beginning of the article?
No, the
This
pairing is She-Hulk and Power
lang
Girl. Get it right.
Oh, this has literally all the curse words and everything in it. Oh my god, somebody did that? It says it's mature topics. That's what they give it.
It's a what's the age rating for that? 17?
She-Hulk is rated TV 14 for mature themes, violence, and language.
14. How
I
sex
mean, I would
positive are
say,
you going to be at 14? I
yeah. That's what I'm
mean,
saying. Like, 14-year-olds know that Tinder exists. I'm just putting that out there. They do.
do you know of that that there's a trend going around, and the thing is like it's an adult, and they would save the corn hub logo ding music, whatever, and they
Yeah.
would play it in front of the much younger person to see if there's a reaction.
That's so smart.
These 10-year-olds be knowing.
Oh my god, that is actually so smart. That is a good way to well, test your kid. Oh my god, that is a lot of kids knew.
A lot of them knew, guys and girls.
Oh my god, that's funny. I should look that up.
You
Yeah,
have
I
to
know that
realize that
trend.
there is like some sites that will just randomly take you over to their site.
Yeah, probably. Probably just wait till it shows up in like my TikTok feed or something. Um, so you can get past the 1995 Sci-Fi Channel effects. You are left with terrible writing and a premise of a quote unquote show. The best argument against this show is how much of the critics and the media are pushing it. Need I say more? Spare your eyes and watch Iron Man 1 again. I don't
I didn't like
understand.
Iron Man 1.
You didn't or you did?
I liked Iron Man 2. I did not like the first one.
It was boring. It was okay. It was a little boring. I would say Iron Man 3, oddly enough, is my favorite out of
That's
them.
trash.
No, I like how it like they go
It's
through
more
like the
trash than the second one, and I know the second one is
anxiety
trash.
and stuff. No, you're crazy. I don't understand how why do people make their mind up about something so often and blame it on the media? You're the one that is subscribing to that media. Just stop looking at the articles. Don't let somebody else ruin something that you might enjoy. Like if you don't like what Entertainment Weekly has to say on a general basis, then don't look at Entertainment Week. I don't know. I don't get it.
I agree with Raymond. All of them are boring.
Wait, what's boring?
All the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, no, they're not my same with Thor. I'm not a huge Thor person either.
I like the
It's
second
alright.
Thor movie. I hated Ragnarok so much.
Wait, you like Dark World?
Ah, frick! I bit my tongue. Uh, um. Yes.
Your opinions are just about as bad as mine. No, I'm just
Bianca,
kidding.
have you seen the SpongeBob and Pokemon adult films? What? No.
What?
No. I didn't even want to know they existed. Oh, thanks a lot.
Please. Okay, so here's another one that wanted to counter it. Please don't give negative reviews if it's not released yet. I'm giving a 10 star to counter the reviews of 163 people without even watching the show to be released yet. I will change my review after rating. That's fair. I don't think you should go positive review brigade it, but at least you're willing to change your rating.
I mean, why post it in the first place? Just watch it first and then post it. Like don't give it all 5 stars or whatever they say. Oh, I'm
Right.
gonna change it later. No, I hate that. I hate that so
Because 9
much.
times out of 10 they're not going to change it anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna be lazy.
The Captain America trilogy was the best. Yeah, I
Yes,
actually could
I
agree to
agree.
that. Yep, definitely. I really like Age of Ultron though too, and everyone hates that
I
one. I
liked Age
liked
of
it.
Ultron as well.
I thought it was really good. There were
Apparently,
some
we're the
things
only
that I
ones.
thought was goofy, like Age of Ultron or Ultron is supposed to have all this knowledge and everything, and he like doesn't know the word children. He calls them little people. Like I'm like, okay, but the rest was good. Angry white boys are reviewing the show before it has even been released. Imagine determining the quality of show you haven't even watched yet based on your fragility and bigotry. They don't see anything that isn't a straight white man and throw a temper tantrum. Um
How
don't
do they know they're white though?
I know that's what I was going to say. Don't you grown ass men have nothing better to do? Snowflakes. I agree they're snowflakes, but you don't know their race. I mean, you could
Hmm.
make an
Right.
educated guess, but
I mean, it also showed that in the demographic that you shown, I believe. Wait. Well, it changed now, but it seems like younger people are like it says less than 18 to 18 and 20, something like that. All they're after this, more of them were like reviewing than the people who are older. Oh no, wait, I was right anyway. Yeah. Males and all ages 4.2,
mhm.
3.3 is and especially 18 to 29 are obviously like we're like reviewing it or review bombing it a lot more than the people who are 45 and over. So
Yeah,
that person is being ageist.
that's right. Rude. I don't get it. I mean, this is at this point Elon, white people, am I right? At this point it is kind of rinse and repeat. Like
Oh,
I
somebody
feel
gave us
like,
a question.
ooh, we got a question?
Jaola Walker. It's a little bit down.
Okay. Did you ladies actually see the IMBD website in regards to the She-Hulk rating, to look at the numbers? Because I would say it was about a 50-50 ratio.
That's the one I'm
It's
looking at right now. This is the article of like when it first came out.
Yeah, this was what I wanted to showcase, the ones before it came out, before we actually talked about it. But yeah, it did. It was about, I think they even kind of note that here, 116 to 108. Once the that's we see these review bombings all the time, but we never see the kind of people fighting back against it. And I think this time, once it caught on, yeah, they started to I am I don't know, they started to actually go back and fight back. Which again, just don't do that. It makes both sides look bad. Rate it like you your interest, like what you're interested in. We'll take a look at it right now. I'm curious how it's changed now that the show has come out.
You're already late, NWO. I already have knowledge of it. Wait, I got a. Oh, Robert says he got our Pro Teaches Noobs video out tomorrow for a premiere. Care to tell what it'll be about? It's going to be about Doomsday Clock, I believe.
Oh, that's awesome. Here we go.
Oh, the Wednesday trailer does look cool.
All right, so this is the updated one because that only had about, I think it was like 161 and then 108 for the negative. Still looks to be about the same. The males are rating it right around an average of 5. Females are rating it an average of 7. And I get that. I said that when we were talking about it, that it does look like, very much so to me,
Very mixed.
but it's also very female centric.
It looks like what's that called? Is it a rocker sign or is it the devil sign? When you look to the side, like if you look at it sideways, that's what it looks like.
Yes, yes, it does. I just did it with my hands. Oh my god. I'm trying to user reviews. Hire some writers that don't suck. You had an amazing lead actress, Orphan Black. So clearly, this dumpster fire is due to bad writing indirectly. It's simply bizarre. How can Disney is doing with the MCU? Also, the whole she can do. I don't know why this is such a narrative.
There's more than 4 writers, which I just confirmed earlier today. So Dana Schwartz may or may not be in the second episode. I want to see how the writing will differ when she's not writing with somebody. Like be like think about it. If it was just her writing this, it might have been a lot worse.
That's true. That's true. I just don't understand. Uh, what's the name?
Yeah, I know
Um,
of Bible Black. Everybody knows of Bible Black. Not Tristan, and that's a good thing. Shh.
what?
No, no, no. Don't worry about
Chaos
it.
Blood Comics. You said you agree with this person. Can you give me an example of how he has shown, at least yet, to being inferior to She-Hulk? I
I
don't
haven't
know.
seen it. It wasn't in
I
there.
haven't either.
it was literally the whole show when he's training her and everything was showing that she's not strong. She's nowhere near as strong as him. And she actually has to use strategy tactics to stop him, but they
Right.
still don't do what much. They do nothing.
Like, I get people can say the CGI was off and all of that in a couple places, but this is what it comes down to. Is the women hot take here.
Mm.
Women have a show that's specifically made for them in the MCU, and it feels like a lot of people are throwing a tantrum. Like, you just can't stop hating on men. Where, bitch? Where? Any idea, Bianca?
No, unless they only thought about the whole catcalling thing, which is like you're at a
But men do
bar
that.
and you kind of have to expect that sometimes.
Like, why do you see one person on screen that could be a douchebag? Do you not understand that there are douchebags in every gender? So there is likely, like there is in this show, both genders are shown as evil in a way. We've got Titania and we've got these catcalling assholes. Why is it, oh my god, it's so bad because you're hating on men? Where is the hating? Like, I just want to understand.
I mean,
You are dismissing that they are literally waiting a white guy to look like an asshole. Who?
Bruce wasn't an a-hole at all. And the people who were catcalling her was a white guy, a black guy, and I forgot the third guy. He may be white. I don't know.
I I also don't understand why people pay so much attention to that. I mean, if you want to see politics and everything, you're gonna see politics and everything. You
Like
need to be able to
this is
go
like
ahead.
similar commentary to like the Golden Girls. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, like we have one person who's sex positive, but that doesn't mean that this show, which was, I think it started in the 80s, that doesn't mean they didn't crap on men a lot of the times. They
Uh-huh.
did. It was 7 seasons. They crapped on men all the time. They insulted them multiple times and stuff like their intelligence. And then I would see something like the Twilight Zone, which is also in the 80s, and depending on the story, it's women crapping on men or men crapping on women. I've seen it in many old media. It's not anything new. Is it happening more? I don't know. I'm still trying to look at a lot of older stuff, but it existed. It still exists.
Exactly. And the only way to write good shows and good characters is to be able to have villains and heroes and crappy people and good people. You have to be able to write them. And then when you do, someone gets offended and says they're crapping on men. They're crapping on a lot of things. That is just what a show does. Like, if right now Golden Girls were to come out, we would be talking about the same things.
No, chaos blood in comics. It's not nowadays. It has been going on since I was a child. You have Jimmy Neutron. The dad is an idiot. The mom
Yeah.
is smart and she's an engineer. Fairly Odd Parents.
I
They're
was
both
just going to say that
stupid,
one.
but the mom is obviously smarter. In Fairly Odd Parents, Wanda and Cosmo in the pilots, and I believe in the first couple of episodes, he was actually very intelligent. And he became dumber as the seasons went on, even like past the pilot. It's always been happening ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. And Robert makes a good point too. People have forgotten that Jen was always able to do stuff that Bruce could never do. She was always able to control herself because she didn't have the childhood trauma.
Which was really weird because before I started reading about She-Hulk, there was a person who was talking to me about She-Hulk, and they're like, "Oh man, I can't wait for you to get into She-Hulk because her dad was abusive." And I'm like, "Her dad was abusive?" And then I read Savage She-Hulk. I read a little bit of Dan Slott's She-Hulk. I read Charles Soule She-Hulk, and none of them had an abusive dad. And I'm like, "Where'd you get this from?"
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't understand. I guess maybe I'd have to be in that mindset to understand, but I a lot of this is grasping at straws. I really, really do. Warning spoilers. And
What's
it
the
literally
90s
says no.
She-Hulk? Is that the cartoon?
The storyline was not developed well. I mean, the storyline is just beginning, but yeah. They done Titan. That I can agree with. She's such an amazing actress, but they wrote her. How do you know they wrote her though?
She only
We
said
saw
like
her.
two dialogues.
Yeah, she said, "Who are you?" or something like that.
She's like, "Who the hell are you?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Never
Though I don't think that's
acceptable.
a reason to put a 1 star. Like people be putting 1 stars or 10 stars for literally anything, and I'm like,
Yeah,
can we all just think? Can we all
yeah. I
just
don't
think
think it's
about
a
it
one
more?
star, and I don't think it's a 10 either. No way is it either.
That's right. It's a 6.5.
It's an 8.
I
I
don't know
mean,
about that.
I don't know. I really enjoyed some of the humor. I think it was pretty like
I did enjoy the humor. Some of
let's.
them was a bit annoying though. Like you know that part where they're jumping, they're leaping over from one area to another in their Hulk forms?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then she starts stomping around like a monkey or whatever, and I thought that was pretty funny. But out of nowhere,
Yeah,
she's like, "Men, men," and I'm like, I don't get it. Like the
she
only
said,
person who can do this is Hulk, and now
right.
you're doing it. So why men?
And then again, with the
Like that's
same
what I was saying.
thing,
Where I'm like, sometimes like stuff like
do
that just didn't
this.
fit well.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. And I think that wasn't a Marvel fan, but I am now. Come on now. Like
I did still
the
laugh because the monkey thing was funny.
yes. And I think a lot of it is like you gotta be on one side or the other. You gotta either hate it or you have to love it. And I feel like a lot of that middle ground is lost. And Brandon says it's not a good show. It's just that and of course that's subjective. I really enjoyed it. So I don't know. All right, guys, we are going to wrap up. I need to figure out why my lights aren't working. It's really weird. I gotta fix it. But yeah, thank you guys all for coming out and check it out. I give it a chance. That's what I at least give it a chance before you shit on it or praise it because both are absolutely ridiculous. And make sure you guys check out Bianca's channel. And Robert said he had a premiere today, right? Or tomorrow?
The premiere's tomorrow, but I do myself want to go live today. And
Hell
no
yeah.
Superman film should be 18. What's wrong with you? Why would no Superman film should be 18?
Yeah, so make sure you guys are checked out or subscribed to Bianca's channel and we will go bug her later.
Ah.
Bye guys.